You're wondering, eh?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm wondering.
You're all wondering too, eh?
I guess we ought to ask them musically, eh?
Question now we're going to be asking today.
One, two, three.
How are you now?
Not too bad.
How are you now? Not too bad. We're guessing you done nothing that the law would not allow. Sure it was a turn, but we got through somehow. How are you now? How are you now? How are you now? Not too bad. How are you now? Not too bad. How are you now? Not too bad. We're guessing you done nothing that the law would not allow. Sure it was a turn, but we got through somehow. How are you now? How are you now? How are you now? Not too bad. How are you now? How are you now? How are you now? Not too bad. How are you now? How are you now? How are you now? Not too bad.
Whew, I tell ya, that darn COVID thing really threw a wrench into the old stone fence gearbox, I tell ya. yeah. We had a great show lined up for ya. Oh, yes, sirree. One of those spine-tingling ones. Makes the hair stand up on your arm. Ooh. About murder, mystery, intrigue, cover-up. Oh, we did our research on this one. Yes, sirree. People, a lot of the opinion was that it was a government cover-up. Yes, sir. Government cover-up.
Oh, yes. They knew they were going to say he drowned, even before they held the inquest.
Orders from high up, I'm sure.
Yep, that's right. We got to keep Algonquin Park out of the headlines, whatever you do.
But they never asked the right questions. Like, what about that gash on his forehead?
I didn't think it was the kind you'd get from drowning.
And you know, Tom could have never tied that portaging paddle the way that I saw.
Yeah, it's funny we could never find his working paddle. It's quite a fishy tale. Someone should go to jail. They did it in a rush. They did it all hush-hush in the dark. They sweep beneath the rug so you can shut your mouth. Don't want to make a stir or raise fur down at Queen's Park. They didn't even hold a kangaroo court. They knew they'd say drown before they even started. They're off and gone and we're left to blame. But I'm not sure that we all believe the mucky-mucks we've heard say not to breathe a word, so it will fade away and we'll all die down in the dark.
Oh, quite the fishy tale it was, I tell ya. Oh, yes, sirree. The murder of Tom Thompson in Algonquin Park. Yes, sirree. You'll hear all about it next year at the Stone Fence Show. Tales and stories and songs like this one here by our own Peter Brown. Yes, master on the keyboard.
They didn't even hold a kangaroo court. They knew they'd say drown before they even started. They're off and gone and we're left to grieve. But I'm not sure that we all believe it's quite a fishy tale. Someone should go to jail. They did it in a wink. You know that someone should raise a stink.
Oh, you know how it is in the park. Damn politicians. Those bureaucrats, all they care about is tourists.
Well, you can see how a murder investigation might look bad.
But it's a sorry end, 'cause Tom was truly a friend.
Peter Brown.
So, I have to tell you,
talking about fishy tales, that my cat loves fish, and that my cat has been such a treasure during this pandemic. I do not know how I would have survived without her. But she has a slight problem, or at least she gives me a slight problem, and that's her cat hair. See, I've had time to do a proper clean of the house, and I hadn't realized it was so bad. I had cat hair on the ceiling, I had cat hair on the stairs, I had cat hair in the closet, I had cat hair everywhere, covering the rug and the sofa in the living room. Only one solution, gotta get me a new vacuum. Cat hair in the dresser and cat hair in the air. Has a cat of my dreams, but a housekeeping nightmare. I needed some assistance, was about to lose my mind. Then the man of my dreams helped me leave my blues behind. I fell for Dyson, Mr. Dyson, he's better than any old boyfriend. Dyson, hooray for Dyson, he put my blues to an end. Now I'm so serene since my house got clean with Dyson. Well, he came into my life and suddenly, boom! No more fuzzy vision, I can see across the room. No more balls of fur collecting everywhere to see. Glory, hallelujah, at last I am free. I'm free to love my kitty with contentment in my heart. With Dyson on the scene, I know we'll never part. It was worth the investment, though it cost a few bucks. When you have cat hair like I have, you need something that really sucks. I fell for Dyson, a Mr. Dyson, he's better than any old boyfriend. Dyson, hooray for Dyson, he put my blues to an end. Now I'm so serene since my house got clean with Dyson. I found a way to lose those cat hair blues with Dyson.
Hey, wait for me!
Oh, phew. What a busy day at the vaccination clinic. Oh, hey, Allison, how are you?
Hi, Tony. How are you, neighbor?
Oh, just on my way back from work. Look what I scored.
Wow, lucky.
Toilet paper.
I'm down to a box of tissues.
Uh-oh. Well, if you need one, I could toss one over the fence for you.
Great. Hey, how's that project of yours going?
Oh, critter control?
Yeah.
COVID project 2021, critter control. Trying to keep the chipmunks out of the raised garden beds. That was COVID 2020 project. Yeah, it seems to be working. How about you?
Oh, you know, up to the renos. Still lots to do, but the place has great bones.
It does, doesn't it, that house? And if it has great bones, well, you can do almost anything with it. So, Allison, I don't mean to pry. And you can say no, you don't have to answer. But are you and Vic, like, a thing now?
Actually, yeah. You know, he's been around helping me a lot. One thing led to another, and I guess now we're dating.
That's really nice.
Yeah, he's such a great guy, but he doesn't say much.
Vic? That's surprising.
Actually, to see what he's working on for me right now. It's off this idea from Pinterest. Come on over.
Oh, well, maybe not just yet.
Oh,
You know,
right. Social
I
distancing.
know. I wish these restrictions would lift soon.
That's okay. Some other time.
Another time.
We can't invite the neighbors. We can't just go drop by.
We can't go out for dinner. With rules we must comply.
Concerts, plays, and clubs are out. Feels like we're in jail.
No party, sports, or gatherings, and forehand euchres way beyond the pale. What are we gonna do? So much time to stew. How do we make it through? I know! Let's do home improvement, let's do home improvement. Building, painting, fixing with a manic kind of glee.
Let's do home improvement, let's do home improvement. Be the envy of the neighborhood if anyone could see. The shelves are nearly out at the building supply.
Better buy what you need now or you'll be out of luck.
Everyone's got the same idea, the feeling's so intense.
Saws whining, hammers pounding, the valley's gone amok.
You say you want a contractor, well, the line form's on the right.
They're only taking jobs that pay the best.
And to get a carpenter to work, you've got to join a bidding war.
And when they get to your job, you can only guess if you want home improvement. Let's do home improvement. Building, painting, fixing with a manic kind of glee. Let's do home improvement. Let's do home improvement. Be the envy of the neighborhood if anyone could see. Consider the alternatives. There really aren't many.
Travel and entertainment's out and fun there isn't any.
I forget the next line, Ish. Do you remember what it is?
Dangers are real and frankly forbidding.
Oh, they are.
Like travel to the USA.
What? You gotta be kidding. Yous are better off with
Home improvement, let's do home improvement. Building, painting, fixing with a manic kind of glee. Let's do home improvement, let's do home improvement. Be the envy of the neighborhood if anyone could see. Let's do home improvement, let's do home improvement. Building, painting, fixing with a manic kind of glee. Let's do home improvement, let's do home improvement. Be the envy of the neighborhood if anyone could see. Be the envy of the neighborhood if anyone could see. Oh, I guess I'll see you later.
See ya.
well, there you go.
What's that?
Well, that's that thing you showed me in the Google box there. You printed out the picture. Look at it. Just like that.
No, that's nothing like the picture.
Well, sure it is. Just look. Close your eyes and you'll see it.
Hang on. What if we paint it? That could work.
Here you go. One off the list.
Just add painting it to your honey-do list there, okay?
One on the list. Okay.
I'm not sure. What color do you think?
Whatever.
Well, come on, there's only two options. I'm sure you have an opinion.
No, not really.
Oh, come on, just tell me what you think. Oh, not this again. Say something, it won't hurt. Don't just shuffle your boots in the dirt. Is it a matter of pride to keep it all inside? Let it out. Say something, it won't kill ya. I'm not your analyst, I won't bill ya. How tight are you strung? Has the cat got your tongue? Say something, freezing your butt in a tree stand. Somehow you find that manly, yet you run like hell from conversation or spending time with your family. Someone asks you a question right away.
clean the barn or fix the truck.
You'd rather do almost anything than talk. Why don't you take off the lid? Don't be a 10-year-old kid. You can do it. Say something. There'll be no pain. Why don't you act like you have half a brain? You know it gives the impression that it's passive aggression to say nothing. Say something. Say something. Say something.
You got Tony's phone number?
Oh! You don't even have a phone!
Can I borrow yours? Oh, but, well, you know.
Danielle Bisonette.
Oh, what about this thing?
I love that bit where she does that. So, about 3 years ago, we did a play about Joan Finnegan. Now, Joan Finnegan was an author, well-known author and poet, screenwriter, playwright, and she actually published 14 books of poetry, which are really hard to come by for a very long, convoluted story behind that, which if people want to know, they can ask one of us after. Anyway, she loved the valley. She was, I think, born in Shawville. Her family were from Shawville, but she grew up mostly in Ottawa because her dad was a very famous hockey player, Frank Finnegan. He was one of the first professional hockey players in the 1930s. So, but she loved the valley. She would come back into this area and she would go around, she would befriend people, she would write down their stories that they had, the older people, she would take note of them and make them part of her stories. And sometimes people didn't like that she kind of tweaked the stories a bit and made them more interesting, but she did do a lot of good for the valley. And so Ish was wondering if she had been with us now and had been caught up in this pandemic and been at home alone, what she might have been able to find to write some poetry about. So this is a thought about maybe what she would have written. I've had time to get to know the birds. Though we don't exchange a lot of words, all winter they're the only company that came, and I got to know them by first name. There's the hairy woodpecker, Harriet, and her husband, Harry. Then there's the Downies, Don and Donnie, they stop by and tarry. Too many chickadees to name, but they're a real pleasure. And the same with the jays when they're fighting over treasure. Well, I bribe the jays with peanuts and the woodpeckers with suet. It's become an addiction every day. I gotta do it. And if I should fail in my duty and forget to feed one day, there's every reason to believe that they might just go away. That neighbor woman has grosbeaks that I never see. I wonder what she's putting up in her tree. And I worry that the birds, my birds, could go to her and just desert, which would be a disaster and a never-ending hurt. I put out feed each morning and I wait for the dawn. And to see them at the feeder, I put the deck light on. And earlier each winter day, my friends come back to me and I watch them out the window. I call it Bird TV. I used to have a social life. Not much time was down. My calendar was always full and I really got around. It took some getting used to.
But I've finally come to see that I can achieve true happiness with just the birds and me. So bring on the vaccines. I'm sure they'll do some good. And life might get back to normal, as most people think it should. And there'll be dancing on the streets and people shouting out with glee. But no social life will come between my friends, the birds, and me.
How do you like my outfit? It's pretty much been my style for the last 16 months. And I have to say, I'm getting a little tired of it, as I'm sure we are all tired for different reasons. Never in my 36 years of nursing did I ever expect to be living and working through a global pandemic. It's been really hard sometimes to try and stay positive while seeing other people around me struggle. It's been really hard through the first wave, second wave, third wave. A friend of mine went back to her former ICU in Toronto this past May to help out. And she said it just wasn't the same. It was quite sad. People weren't going home. The one thing that I do know that I have taken from the last year and a half is that regardless of your opinion, regardless of someone else's opinion, whether you agree with it or not, it's so important to treat each other with respect and love and grace. Love and grace will see us through. I have a confession, but first I'll tell you a little bit of something else, that I'm a pretty diligent rule follower most of the time. And last summer, when one of our patients had a family tragedy, she wasn't able to go to the hospital, into the hospital in Ottawa to say goodbye. So she had to say her goodbyes on a cell phone out in the hospital parking lot. And when she came back to work and talked to me about it, and we sat for a good long time, me and my garb, and we sat outside, and at the end of it, I gave her a hug. Yes, I broke the rules, I gave her a hug because that was the most important thing that needed to happen that day. Love and grace. And I've given quite a few hugs over the past year. And you know, I figure, what are the bosses going to do? Fire me? I've got 37 patients to care for, 20 doctors who I hardly ever see. I've got a husband and 3 kids. I'm never home when they're awake. Who's taking care of me? I'm working nights and weekends. Feel like going out of my tree. I care for people under stress. They're not always at their best. Who's taking care of me? I'm on the firing line most all of the time. See a lot that would make you go faint. I'm here to help and to make you feel better, but don't expect to see some kind of a saint. All day it's a race, hard to keep up the pace. It's no wonder I don't skip happily. I'll give you something for your pain, but it gets to be a strain. I wonder who's taking care of me. The doctors, they get all the glory, then disappear conveniently. Crabby patients whine to me about their woes, and I hear it from their families. If they need to cut costs, they cut nurses. That's something you can almost guarantee. Now it's full-time, permanent, temporary work. Do they think we can do this for free? I'm on the firing line fine most all of the time. See a lot that would make you go faint. I'm here to help and to make you feel better, but don't expect to see some kind of a saint. It's a way to make a living and do a bit of good, but sometimes I badly wish I could flee. I'm taking pills to stay awake, it's all I can take. I wonder who's taking care of me. I wonder who's taking care of me. I wonder who's taking care of me.
Shirley Hill.
I know you feel like a candle burning at both ends,
I certainly do.
but you have to believe me when I say that that makes you a light shining for people. You are hope.
Really?
Don't worry, Flower. There'll be lots of time for self-love and peace at the end of all this, and people still there to share it with thanks to you.
I hadn't thought about it that way. It's magic not to be defined. It's magic when the stars align. It's magic that the sparkling world to see. It's magical, the springs. It's magical when flowers sing. It's magic that you're on the earth with me.
It's magic that you're here right now. It's magic, I can't imagine how. It's magic that you're helping me to see. It's magic, kind of makes me laugh. It's magic, like a newborn calf. It's magic that you're on the earth with me.
Everywhere I look, I see magic like a storybook. Pure and natural and free for you and me. Let the magic be. Live the way you dream. Put down roots and live in harmony. 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 Harmony.
It's magic picking herbs and roots. It's magic wearing old gumboots. It's magic all the hidden mysteries. It's magical the morning sun. It's magic when the work is done. It's magic that you're on the earth with me.
All the joys of spring, it's magical. It's magical, the sparkling world to see. It's magical, the joys of spring. It's magical when flowers sing. It's magic that you're on the earth with me. Magic that you're magic that you're magic that you're on the earth with magic that you're on the earth with me. You know, I'm so happy that I moved here.
Oh, yes, we enjoy living here so much. Are we not very lucky to live right where we do, everybody? We've been so fortunate during all this time that everybody in the cities is suffering, and we're here, we're able to enjoy the fresh air.
I
Yes?
can't imagine living anywhere else but in
Nope.
Renfrew County. I like the smell of new mown hay. What's crazy about that? And people who do just what they say. What's crazy about that?
Early to bed and early crazy about that? And things you see might just surprise you. What's crazy about that?
I like the food from down the road. What's crazy about that? With no sticker and no barcode. What's crazy about that?
I don't expect a bed of roses. What's crazy about that? And hooking up should refer to hoses. What's crazy about that? Might look like a hayseed to you. Well, I might be indeed, but I'm taking it easy, enjoying myself while you're racing by a top speed. I don't have luxuries, got no idea what's in style, but I have homegrown tomatoes and pickled beets and a neighbor with a friendly smile.
I like an ending that's actually sweet. What's crazy about that? I like a story that's more than a tweet. What's crazy about that?
And I like living in the same old place. What's crazy about that? With air I can breathe at a slower pace. What's crazy about that? Might look like a hayseed to you. Well, I might be indeed, but I'm taking it easy, enjoying myself while you're racing by a top speed. I don't have luxuries, got no idea what's in style, but I have homegrown tomatoes and pickled beets and a neighbor with a friendly smile.
I like sleeping in my own bed. What's crazy about that? Put it all together, I come out ahead. What?
So if you don't mind, just let me be. What's crazy about that? My eyes are open, but I can't see. What's crazy about that? What's crazy about that? What's crazy about that? What's crazy about that?
Well, ladies and gentlemen, we want to thank you all for coming out here. And just as the sun's setting, Stone Fence Theater wants to bid you an adieu. We want to come out with the last song here, one of our favorite tunes, a Beattie classic that I'm sure everybody knows. So as we come around again to the song, I'm sure you'll all remember the chorus.
I was raised beside the river in a little log homestead that my great-grandparents built in simple mode. How I still recall that river and the blue skies overhead and the trail they call the Opeongo Road.
In my Renfrew County home, my Renfrew County home, how I dream about you every night and more. In my dreams my memory goes back to where the Bombshare flows. In my Renfrew County home where I belong.
There's a little old red schoolhouse not far from Castle Ford, down a country road that sumac trees adorn. Oh, how happy was my childhood with the pals that I adored. In my Renfrew County home where I belong. Help us out now.
In my Renfrew County home, my Renfrew County home, how I dream about you every night and more. In my dreams my memory goes back to where the Bombshare flows. In my Renfrew County home where I was born.
Let's listen to the band.
Toe tapping, hand clapping stuff now.
Peter Brown. Thanksgiving when all the harvest's in, and to gossip with my folks on Sunday morn. I'm just so happy to be living by the bone share once again in my Renfrew County home where I belong.
Okay, now it's your turn.
In my Renfrew County home, my Renfrew County home, how I dream about you every night and more. In my dreams, my memory goes back to where the bone share flows. In my Renfrew County home, where I belong. In my Renfrew County home, where I belong.
Now let's see if they know the answer now.
Okay, now. Last chance to practice. Start to sound like a valley person. Remember, glass is always half full.
1, 2, 3.
How are you now?
Not too bad.
How are you now?
Not too bad.
We're guessing you done nothing that the law would not allow. Sure, it was a turn, but we got through somehow. How are you now? How are you now? How are you now?
Not too bad.
How are you now?
Not too bad.
How are you now?
Not too bad.
We're guessing you done nothing that the law would not allow. Sure, it was a turn, but we got through somehow. How are you now? How are you now? How are you now?
Not too bad.
How are you now? How are you now? How are you now?
Not too bad.
How are you now? How are you now? How are you now? Not too bad.
We'll love to hear that. Thank you very much for coming out to Tellu tonight. Thank you.
And here's a lad that's not too bad, that Valley Vic.
Thank you, folks.
Thank you very much, everybody.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Anna.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Wonderful night here. I would just like to point out to people that the real reason we are here and the real reason that we have been able to do this theatre for as many years as we have is because of Ish Theilheimer. He may not have been born here, but he's a Valley lad. Yes?
That's right.
Yep.
And I got a Valley family. I'm so proud of you all. I'm proud of you too. Thank you.
Thank you.